Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Shop Gossip. We are here for another episode of Shop Gossip. Today, I have here no other than my very own uncle for my first interview ever to give his insight on the beauty industry and speak about his journey and how it has been being a barber and also having so many barbers and stylists and just a whole bunch of things that he has gotten into over the years of being in the industry. Um, Basically, I want to also tell him what Shop Gossip is. Shop Gossip is something that I wanted to be able to um, empower other entrepreneurs or inspiring entrepreneurs such as ourselves, just talking about the beauty industry, because a lot of times I feel like being in the industry and being a business owner or stylist, yes, now we have a platform of social media, but for a long time we haven't been able to truly share our journey behind the scenes of what it took for us to get here and being able to maybe help someone else along the way. So that's one of the reasons why I created it, and also to give just a little bit of advice to consumers or anyone else in the industry on what could they do to maintain, their hair or haircuts or grooming and different things like that. So basically, today what we're going to talk about is just how you got started, what caused you to get into the industry, and just sharing your knowledge on what it takes to be an entrepreneur in this industry.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for allowing me to come here and speak to your people on your platform. Like she said, I am her uncle. Very proud of her, by the way.
Oh, thank
I
you.
never thought that she would start doing hair to this capacity, but I'm so overwhelmed. I'm happy for her. Anyway, I got started for myself. I um, I started cutting my own hair actually. It was funny because me and my older brother Grady was in the house, and my mom used to give us a couple dollars to go get a haircut. And so we got tired of going to the barber shop because, when you go by yourself, little guys, they just push you in the back, you be waiting forever and stuff like that. So, my brother came to me and said, man, I got this great idea. How about we just go and cut our own hair? I was like, okay. Well, how we going to do this? He's like, you can do it. So what we did was we went to this guy. And it's funny because we were in the hood. We were in Emerson Village. This guy by the name of Roach. And Roach at the time would only charge us like $1 for a haircut.
Oh, wow.
So when mom gave us that money for the haircut, we go give it to Roach, get the haircut for $1, and then we take the money and go do whatever. So we saved the money, and I went and bought some clippers. So everything was going fine for a minute. And then one day, mom came upstairs and caught me sitting on the sink with a mirror in my hand. And she's like, "What you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I was getting myself a shave box." And I came out with a bald head. She's like, "Listen, I don't know who keep giving y'all these bald heads, but I want to see this barber." So I was like, "Okay, I guess it's time to tell now." Tell my brother, we got to tell.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Okay, tell her." I said, "Okay, man. Well, I cut out hair." And from that point on, it's very weird how it happened for me because I was still in high school at the time, and we were just saving up on money and things of that nature. And then when I got out, when I was in high school, I was cutting all the like football players because they wanted the weird haircuts for homecoming and things of that nature, and so I did it. And when I went into the military, it was so ironic. I became a supply sergeant. Well, when I became a supply sergeant, one of my initial issues were clippers.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, this is the first time I get some real professional clippers other than buying them from the store and stuff like that. So, and of course, being in the Army, it's kind of like being in college,
Right.
I had plenty practice because there was a lot of guys that wanted to get a haircut. Well, a lot of guys in the Army or in the service didn't want to spend that time to go to the PX or wherever to get their haircut because they know, one, they're going to get a haircut in 5 seconds or 5 minutes. You spin them around one good time and that's it.
Right.
And there's no squawk about it. So I thought that if I could take my time and learn and put more style to it, they would feel more better about themselves when they went out, on the weekends and stuff like
Right.
that. So
Right.
they did it. And it gave me a lot of practice. But one thing that I think I would have learned as a African American barber is that I should have never shut myself out for cutting everybody in the beginning. I was just focusing on cutting Afro Americans. That was it. But what I want to share with you now, if we can speed it up a little bit,
Yeah.
I started cutting straight hair and Caucasians and so forth and so forth. I got real good at it. And it really saved me a lot of time. It increased my revenue like you wouldn't believe.
Right.
And it really opened up the doors for me in this industry because it was always what I learned was the client comes in, you give them a shampoo, you give them a haircut, and you give them a product. And that's versus just getting a haircut
Yes.
because it's increasing, you know. So with that, it showed me that, you know, it's not just about the service, but going back into the hair care as well. So you're teaching them, and they're always concerned about the products and the things that you're using in their hair, especially
Yes.
if you're getting great results.
Yes.
So if you're getting great results, I mean, it's a shoe in, you know,
Okay.
to have it,
Yeah.
to sell it.
Right.
Um,
So, so how do you think, as far as, because I know a lot of us in the beauty community, um, that is pretty much what we do. We kind of stick to what it is that we know. So, how do you feel as far as what we should do as far as breaking that barrier to be able to go out and service other cultures? Like, how can we break that barrier with that?
well, you can't be scared. You
Yeah.
can't be afraid. When if we just talking about the hair industry, I'm gonna tell you from my perspective. In the beginning, I was terrified, and somebody said something to me that kind of opened up everything for me. With straight hair, that is. He said, "Imagine if someone was to stick their hand in a socket and their hair just shot out. It's the same thing." And once I grabbed that concept, I understood that it's just hair.
Absolutely.
So what I'm saying to whoever is afraid, it's just the fear. It's just hair. I
Yeah.
promise you, it's
Yeah.
just hair.
Right.
So once you got the concept, the rest is on you.
Now, I'm gonna go back a little bit because I shared in one of my podcasts about going to school to become a nurse. And I remember this is my uncle who actually offered to pay for me to go to cosmetology school. I don't know if you remember that or not, but he came to me. I was working at a salon that he had, and he was like, "Hey, you about to finish, high school. What are your plans?" And I was like, "I'm going to school to be a nurse." He was like, "A nurse? You got talent." I was like, "I don't want to do nobody hair." And fast forward, now watching it like 2020 hindsight and seeing, oh wow, now look at you, and I wish that I had took his offer up back then, but I feel like that was my journey, and I had to go through some things and I had to create my own path and own story. So it was awesome for someone to see that in me at such a young age and know that I had that potential to go out and be something great. And that's just what I want to share with you all also. A lot of times we don't always see what others see. But sometimes if you just really take off those stop being so guarded, I guess I should say, and allow when someone is speaking and pouring into your life, just really take the time to really listen to them. Because look, now today, here I am, a hairstylist. I have my own salon, and also one of the things that I wanted to talk to him about was when you first started your first barbershop. I know you've had several, which is a blessing,
Big blessing.
big blessing. And how did you get started with your barbershop?
Wow, that was crazy.
Okay.
Okay, so how I got started, it wasn't your average. I actually was working in a barbershop in Park Heights
Okay.
and straight out of barber school.
Mhm.
And I made a lot of money in that barbershop.
Mhm.
And it was in a bad neighborhood. But I still did what I had to do. But what I learned was the person that owned the shop showed me, and that's what everybody needs to learn about credit. Don't be afraid of credit.
Mhm.
Credit can get you out of places that you just wouldn't believe, but you just have to be good in managing your money.
Right.
So, how I got started was actually she took me to a credit union. I got $1,000 credit card,
Mm.
and no, I'm sorry, I got a $5,000 credit card and $1,000 loan,
Mm.
and I started from there.
Wow.
That's where I started.
Wow. Now, from starting from Park Heights, and then you've had your barbershop also downtown, and then you had the salon over top of that. You know, just becoming a serial entrepreneur at that point. How did that just snowball into, like, how did that come about?
Well, when I first, like I said, at the other shop up in Park Heights, I was making a lot of money up there, and then a blessing came.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in a nice neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
a nice little shop, and it was affordable.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
I had the vision.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to say. First, you gotta see it.
Yes.
You gotta see it.
Absolutely.
And so I moved on it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I moved on, it was a nice little warm spot.
Mm-hmm.
Made a little couple dollars there. Wasn't making out like I was doing at Park Heights, but it was my own.
Mm-hmm.
And it showed me how to maintain
Mm-hmm.
and get involved in the community and let the community also accept you. And that
Mm-hmm.
was a good thing with the hair industry as well because it's just like you're just like a doctor
Yeah.
or a dentist. You
Yes.
know, you're a pillow in the community,
Yeah.
and that's what it needs to really be.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. I know I remember working with you when you had the barbershop downtown, my barbershop,
Hmm.
and working in the beauty salon and seeing so many. I mean, you definitely had it fully staffed.
Hmm.
So, how was that being able to maintain not only your book, but also being responsible for so many other people in the industry? And you've had some other great people come up underneath of you.
A lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
A lot of trial and error in this industry. I just want to say us. When I
Mhm.
say us, don't nobody get offended
Yeah.
because I know you feel what I'm saying.
Right.
And what I mean by us is we were closed and just wanted to do African Americans, and that was it, and that was it. But when you think business, you got to open up to everyone. You know, you can't minimize which direction you're gonna go. And once I opened it up downtown, I figured downtown would open it up to, you would more or less move out of the neighborhood, being a pillar in the neighborhood, and you could also be a pillar in the downtown community.
Mhm.
Because you have, businesses, you have large corporations, you got office buildings, you have a lot of different things that was there. And that's what I was thinking about, changing the clientele,
Yes.
the clientele.
Absolutely.
So that's what I was focusing on there, and it worked.
Okay.
And the people that came through, I'm sorry, I'm skipping all over the place here,
No,
but
that's
those who
good.
came through,
Mhm.
how did I find them? A lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
I went to the barber school in the beginning because that's where I came from, a barber school.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry, I didn't even say that part in there, did I?
No, that's okay.
But I went to barber school out of the military.
Okay.
When I got out of the military, I went to barber school. Then I went to Mr. Cut.
Mhm.
But going back to what I was saying, I forgot that fast. My mind be gone. So
Oh, that's okay.
I
Go
know.
ahead,
I'm getting
take your
old too, y'all. I've been doing this a while. All I do is sit back and listen to one person in the chair all day long,
time.
which is cool. But
Uh-huh.
the barber school did help a lot because, when you think about life as a whole,
Yeah.
you want to get a child or whomever at the root,
Yes.
and then you want to feed into them what you have to feed into to them to make them become that model that you already had. So what I was saying is you have different ways you can go about it. You got people in school, and then you got people that's apprentices or just come off the street that some people just have that gift. But with the people who have the gift, a lot of times they don't have the etiquette. So it's not just the gift. It's not just the gift. It's the gift, it's the etiquette, but most importantly,
Right.
they have to like you.
Yeah.
They gotta like you.
Yes.
If they like you,
Yeah.
you good.
You good. You got them coming back.
So those clients, those people that you're training, if
Yeah.
you could break that down to them, to tell them, first of all, everybody always say they don't like sales.
Yeah.
Everything is sales.
Everything is serious.
They have to understand when they start, not only they have to perfect their craft, but they have to get the person to like them. That's it.
Now, I know with being a barber, style definitely changes. Well, with cosmetologists, I'm sorry, we have a lot more different trends. Do you feel that way with barbers as well? With haircuts, do you find it to be that way?
Wow, it's funny you said that because for me, like I said, when I went into the straight hair, I started learning a lot of different stuff. You know,
Okay.
it's not just about fades. You
Yeah.
know, it's about styles.
Yeah.
I do pompadours, and a pompadour is one of the most prestigious haircuts you can give a gentleman.
Okay.
Pompadours, faux hawks, uh, regular comb, whatever. You know, cut with a razor, hair with a razor to thin it out and give it texture and things of that nature. So it's a lot of styling in Barbary,
Yeah.
but a lot of people will not look into the whole picture.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to say. Like
Okay.
back to when I said at the beginning, they just wanted to cut the African Americans. No, you
Right.
have to cut everyone.
Right. Absolutely.
Everyone.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Now, tell me some of when you think about your journey along the way, what were some of your most challenging moments being in this industry?
Ooh wee.
Because I know we all have some challenging moments at times, and I just want to be able to be transparent with everyone and let you know that you are not alone in this journey. So,
The challenging moment, well, there was a lot of challenging moments, but the most important, I think, is that treat it like a business and they will see it as a business.
okay, that's good.
Treat it like a business and they will see it as a business.
Yeah.
Most people don't treat it like a business.
Yes.
You have to treat it like a business. If it's a business, it's a business.
It's a business.
You got your corporation. You got to pay your taxes.
Yeah.
Most people making this money, they ain't paying their taxes, and they find out later on that they're making all this money and they can't spend it.
Right.
You can spend it if you want. You're
Yeah.
gonna come and get it.
Right.
So, LLC,
Mhm.
EIN,
Mhm.
pay your taxes, get your DUNS number,
Yep.
get your website, get yourself established as a business, a real business. If you
Yes.
do those things and structure your business as a real business,
Yeah.
people gonna treat you just as that.
That's right. And what are some tips that you can give some of the barbers out here or even some clients just to kind of like maintain their look and upkeep as a barber? Is there anything that they can do?
To maintain and keep,
Yeah.
you're talking to clients, right?
Clients,
The clients. I would say, use hair products. Watch the products that the barber uses or the stylist uses. Ask them,
Yeah.
what does this product do for me? Or what are you using it for? So they can direct you because they are the licensed professional.
Right.
They can direct you on your times when you alone by yourself on different things that you can do just to maintain
Right.
whatever it is that you have to maintain because people are different. I don't know what it is that you have to maintain. It
Right.
could be bumps on your face and your
Yeah.
neck. It could be you have growing dandruff. It could I don't know. It could be a lot of things. Hair breakage, dry, brittle hair. It could be a lot of things. But trust the professional.
Yes.
Trust the professional.
Trust the professional people. Okay, we know what we talking
They're
about.
professionals.
We went to school for this.
It's like I said, it's like the doctor, it's the mechanic. You might not
Yeah.
like him, but he is the professional. There's a certain reason he's
Yes.
called that.
Yes, absolutely. Now, what are some tips that you can give an aspiring entrepreneur or a barber or business owner, who wants to get into this? What are some tips that you would love to just be able to share and throw out there for them?
I think the biggest thing I could share, I shared. And that is see it as you treat it like a business
Yeah.
and they'll see it like a business.
And I think also with that is the consistency.
Definitely. You have to be consistent
Yes.
and you have to be persistent.
Yes.
Those two.
Yes.
Gotta be.
They go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand.
Right. All right. Well, that was so awesome. I truly, truly appreciate it. I mean, this was really good. This was good.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks for having me.
Yes, I'm so happy that you are here and that you were able to come in and I mean it actually just happened on a whim. I'm really glad that you were here and able to share your experiences and your journey along the way. And I'm hoping again, like I said earlier, that this would too help someone to encourage them and let them know that you are not alone. And even when you think that you're failing, there's always a lesson to be learned in the process, and you have to trust the process.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. And the biggest thing is just starting. Once you start, that's it.
That's it.
Just start.
Keep going.
Keep going. Keep moving.
Have a plan.
Yep.
Have a plan and just keep moving.
Yep. That's why, again, I named my oil Momentum, because it means to keep moving, keep going, keep striving, keep pushing. And I'm just going to keep saying it until you get it. So, again, I want to thank you all for tuning in to Shop Gossip. We have some more exciting guests that will be appearing coming up. So, just stay tuned, be blessed. And as always, that's it. That's all.